my friends. Hope this day finds you safe, healthy, happy, and thriving wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I hope you are living your best life and just enjoying yourself. If you're not having a good time, find something else to do. It's all about enjoying life. That's what we're here to do, is to enjoy life, to just make the most of it, to live the best possible life we can live, to live that next highest vision of us, of each and every one of us, that next highest vision. What is that for you? What is your next highest vision? And are you living it? Are you there? I don't know the answer for myself. It's something I listen to each and every day. It's really funny. Okay. I got a text message here that I just needed to respond to. There you go. Anyway, that was important. It's the young fellow who mows my yard. So I had to respond to him, man. A little CBD infused coffee. You all know about that, right? Afternoon coffee. Let's see what Dr. Holmes has to say here today. And I don't have my light on. So how do I do this? Well, you know what? Let's bring a ring light down a little bit. I won't do the greatest thing for what I look like, but at least I can read what I'm saying here. Knowing that the law of God is perfect, I lay aside all fear, uncertainty, or doubt. There is no burden whatsoever in my consciousness. I live in the kingdom of heaven now. I rejoice in the divine presence. I bathe in the sunlight of eternal truth. I consciously enter into the benediction of peace. And so it is. I love that. That's excellent. Consciously live in the benediction of peace, or move into the benediction of peace, I think is what it said. That's fabulous. Get that light out of my eyes a little bit, the reflection. You know, someday somebody's going to invent a pair of glasses that I will get that will get that glare out of my eyeballs. But until then, we'll have to do the on and off with the glasses thing. So what are you doing today? You know, you heard me last many months talking about my work is seeing the presence of God in everyone and everything. And that is, you know, my favorite definition of spirituality is Ernest Holmes' one-sentence definition of spirituality. Spirituality is the constant and consistent attempt to see the presence of God in everyone and everything. You know, and I find as time goes by, it's always easier to see the presence of God in everything, not so much in everyone. And it has been my work to really kind of recognize that I am just one with everyone. There is no place where I end and you begin. There is no place where you end and I begin, or anyone else. There's just one of us here, and we are all the same thing. Yesterday, I just said, you know, in the reels that popped through my phone, and sometimes I wish I didn't see reels because I spend way too much time watching them. But reels were going by, and there was a short clip of an interview that Drew Barrymore did on her show with former First Lady Michelle Obama, who I to this day believe, and will always believe, that she is singularly our most important First Lady, and our First Lady to be most admired, I believe, just because of who she was, what she'd accomplished in her life, who she is now. But Drew Barrymore was talking to her about, with all the trials and tribulations and all the things that life presents, all the vicissitudes of life, how does Michelle Obama keep her positive attitude around people and what she thinks about people and how she interacts with people? Michelle Obama had a very interesting response. She said she had been to the most powerful tables in the world. She'd been to countries all over the world. She had met all kinds of people at all different layers of society. And what she had discovered is that we're all the same. Everybody is the same. People are all the same. And I was fascinated by that response, because she basically she drew no lines between kings and queens and people she had met on the street. Everybody, she said, approaches life, moves through life with their individual fears and concerns and uncertainties, but we all have them. And I found it a fascinating response, just because immediately, of course, I went to what I'm trying to accomplish in my life, which is to feel that way about everyone, to feel that oneness of life, to feel that I am as much a part of you as you are part of me. And one of the things she said that I really, really, really got, and this resonated with me to my very core, is this kind of eliminates judgment in my thought anyway. She mentioned racial slurs, and she said when she is on the receiving end of that, or anything where people are digging at her or taking a shot at her or whatever, it's the old idea that people who are like that, people who use racial slurs and stuff, it says a whole hell of a lot more about them than it does about the person to whom they're directing that slur. But what Michelle Obama said was, she looks at that person and she thinks, what has happened to you? Which is a whole different way of looking at it. As opposed to getting defensive and judgmental and argumentative right away, when somebody does something like that, a slight, whether it's real or perceived, to just think, not say out loud, but to think to yourself, what has happened to you? What is it in your life that has made you feel this way about life, about existence? That has made you feel about life in such a way as you feel comfortable to denigrate someone else, or to throw a racial slur at them, or any kind of a slur, a sexual slur, a gender slur, any kind of anything that you would say that would be insulting, negative, denigrating to another human being. What is it? What is the shadow of you that got you there? I find it something that I can use for myself. I just kind of breathed my steamy coffee breath right on my glasses, and all of a sudden I can't see anything out of them. But I can see, I know there's people out there. I can see you're watching the show. I can't see where you're watching from. And I'm not sure, we stream on 6 different platforms here, and I'm not really sure what platform you might be watching the show from, and I'm not sure all of them are connected to my comments. But if you can make a comment either on the Facebook page or the YouTube page that you're watching, or directly here on my StreamYard page. If you can make a comment, ask a question, make a suggestion, I'm here to entertain all of that, and I'm always thrilled to have that happen. So, I think the big piece of that for me is the ability to help me transcend the judgmental thought. So often somebody says something or does something or whatever the experience is, I immediately go to my judgment, my thought of them. But if I stop and I look at them and I just say, what happened to you? And I don't mean it from what happened to you, like to make you such a disappointment to me. That's not the idea. It's what happened to you that you would be in such a position as to do that thing, or say that thing, or to make me experience that thing. It transcends the judgment piece. You go past that. And anything and everything, that every tool you can come up with in your life that will get you past the judgment piece is a plus. That's a benefit. Because it's the judgment thing, I think, that keeps us trapped in so many ways, in all of the things that are stumbling blocks, if you will, obstacles to our vision of ourselves, that next highest vision of ourselves. The old thing I talked about once on the show here, Michael Caine was doing a play, and he was supposed to make an entrance, and just prior to the entrance, somebody in the play was throwing a chair across the stage or something, and the chair happened to block the door that Michael Caine was supposed to walk through, and it changed his action in the scene, or however that quite went. And the director told him, use the obstacle. Whatever the obstacle is, make use of it to enhance what you are doing in the world. And really, if the obstacle is somebody else's activity, comments, whatever, use that as a means by which I then transcend the judgment and go right to looking at the world from what had happened to them in their lives that might bring them to do what they had just done, or say what they had just said. I think it's a big deal. To me, it was a big deal anyway. And again, I guess part of it stems from the fact that it came from Michelle Obama, and I just have such immense respect for her, not just as a first lady, but as a human being. She's just, I think she is truly someone worthy of the title icon in my worldview anyway. So I just had this mad urge here. I never do this, but I'm going to, there's no quote on this page. I'm going to, or that one, that's a rarity in this thing called you, to not have a quote on every single page. But here we go. I'm going to read this just because I want to read it. I place my affairs in the hands of goodness, love, and wisdom. I place them there with supreme confidence. I have a childlike faith and trust in good. I know there is nothing between me and that which is best. I am filled with enthusiastic hope. I look forward to entering into the fullness of life. Wow. Just, I'm glad I just picked that up and did that, because that's the other piece of my work, is the faith piece. To absolutely be as clear as I can possibly be that all of life, all of my existence, again, I talk about the fact that nothing happens to us, everything happens for us. And it must happen for us for a very simple reason, because it happens from us. Every moment is a manifest moment. Listen to Abraham Hicks. Every moment is a manifest moment. And if it's a manifest moment, it's manifested from my thinking, my belief system, my faith in my cosmology, my worldview. And to be in that space of always trusting that, I think in so many ways, the activating, if you will, the activating force of faith is trust. You have to trust what you have faith in. You have to trust. If you believe that we are all connected, if you believe that you are an individuation of the oneness of all life, if you believe that the overarching creative intelligence of the universe is you in form, and that you are imbued with its ability to create, that you are a center in creative thought, if you have faith that that's true, then you have to trust the process. No different from my business even. I have faith in the marketing tools that my business has given me. So if I have faith in them, then I need to trust the process. I need to plug people into that process and let it be. Same way with my belief in myself and my ability to manifest the things that I desire in my life. I need to trust that when I plug in to that faith, my desires, my intentions, my beliefs, when I plug that in there, the process takes care of me, takes care of everything. This is funny. I hope you don't hear the weed whacker out back. I have a window open across the room. I'm sitting here in my office, not my office, but my studio. And the window is open, and the young fellow who cuts the yard is in the back with the weed whacker whacking away. So if you hear it, just know it's all good. I should have told him to start out in front and don't come around the back. But anyway, it is what it is. And he's as close as he can possibly be to me. And there's somebody helping him that I've never seen before. So that's interesting. We'll see where that goes. It's usually his brother, and his brother doesn't seem to be with him. Oh, well. I hope he does as good a job. And I don't mean to be distracted. Anyway, so yeah, the idea of it's really that thought of walk a mile in somebody else's shoes. Pay attention to what they are thinking, saying, doing in their lives that is affecting them in such a way as to be a sign, if you will, an indicator of their interactions with you. That their life experience is informing how they are interacting with me. And in that sense, then my ability to look at them and appreciate what their life experience may be, whether I know it or don't know it, that gives me the ability then to skip the judgment piece, because I'm looking at them. I guess it almost comes down to a thing about loving life, about loving all of life, all that is. I have a friend, Doug Goodfeather, out there who posts on Facebook, and his greeting is always "Good day to all life," which I love. which I love because that's really truthfully where we all live. We don't live in our individual bodies. We live in all life, identified each and every one of us as how we identify or who we identify, but still in all, we are part of all life. That's really, you know what? That's pretty much what I got for you today. I may come up with something else here before we're done, but I want you to always remember that the New Thought Media Network is a nonprofit organization. We live, move, and breathe by virtue of your donations and your generosity. Please go to ntmedia.org. That's newthoughtmedia.org, and click on donate, and whatever your little heart desires to bestow upon us, we are immensely grateful. If you want to reach me, you can send me an email at teamrockitnow@gmail.com. Remember that the sponsor of this show is HempWorks. HempWorks is a part of My Daily Choice. You can go there, mydailychoice.com and /Ken Ludwig, and you will see what the business is all about. This is what I am drinking this afternoon. Most Thursdays, I have a little hemp-infused coffee. There is 5 milligrams of CBD in each cup, and along with chaga mushroom and some other ingredients for your health and your well-being. We have our, I talk about these once in a while. The best essential oil brand you will find anywhere. And trust me, I'll just tell you something. Try this essential oil brand. Go to mydailychoice.com. Look for Mantra as the brand. And because we are a house of brands, there are over 24 brands under the roof of My Daily Choice and growing. But go to Mantra Essential Oils. Pick out either this is lavender. This is an individual oil. This is a really good lavender, by the way. And then we have Breathe, which is something I use for my seasonal allergies and actually for a cold. That's a mixture of oils, but you can go there, try them out. If you don't like them, send them back. You know, it's 60-day money back guarantee on all the products that we sell. Try the essential oils, and if you're an essential oil user, you'll never use any other essential oils again as long as you live. Also, the greatest CBD product on the planet, cleanest, purest, most highly concentrated CBD you're going to find anywhere. Comes in broad spectrum and full spectrum. Full spectrum, of course, is got that legal limit of 3% or less of 0.3% or less of THC. Broad spectrum has none. There are 7 or 8 or 9 different flavors at this point. It comes in 3 different concentrations: 500, 750, and 1500 milligram. Find the one that works for you and make use of it. So, and that's all under mydailychoice.com. But a reminder there, New Thought Media .org, ntmedia.org. Click on donate, and we're happy to just receive whatever you give us. I hope maybe the message today had something of interest to you. I hope there was some good there for you. I am, as always, immensely grateful for the great gift of your time and your attention. I wish you all the love and all the blessings that the universe has to offer. I hope you will join me next Thursday and every Thursday at 4 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Mountain Time. But until then, my friends, namaste.